Breon Ansley? Where's Breon?
Breon!
What's up, Breon? Breon, question.
Yo.
Who is Mr. Olympia?
I'm Mr. Olympia.
He won the shit.
Jeremy Buendia. Who's Mr. Olympia?
Phil Heath's Mr. Olympia.
Lex Lewis. Who's Mr. Olympia?
I'm the 212 Mr. Olympia. Phil Heath is the Mr. Olympia.
Phil Heath. Do I have to ask? Phil, my question to you is simple. There's only one Mr. Olympia title, but why do I see people with stuff on their Facebook and Instagram and everything else that says Mr. Olympia?
He's trying to start shit.
I can't speak for another grown man, but I don't know. Maybe for their own social media hype, I guess. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's not for me to judge on that stuff. I'm in the open category. Throughout the entire Mr. Olympia brand for over 50 plus years, there's only been 13 Mr. Olympia champions. I happen to be the 13th. It doesn't discredit all the other categories. They're all amazing champions, both men and women. But I feel, like being in an open class, being able to have that same Sandow as, the greats is all that I've ever wanted.
Well, I see one more Mr. Olympia on this stage here. A former Mr. Olympia, Dexter Jackson. 2008 Mr. Olympia. Dexter, this is your 19th Olympia. I know you tell people you're 49. I know, deep in my heart, that you're way over 50. But it doesn't matter. Just like you said, it don't matter because the body's doing the talking. What Dexter are we seeing this weekend at his 19th Olympia? Can Dexter win the Olympia one more time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is my 19th, as you said. I missed a year, so it would be 20. But you know what I said last year? My face is 50, but this body's 20. So don't worry about the face. But anyway.
Dexter's actually getting younger in that. Last year he said his body was 23.
20-something, you know what I said. Everybody, you remember that.
I remember in 2008 at the press conference, which was basically your year, you walked away with the title. I remember you saying at the press conference that you're going to win it because this is the best you've ever been. Yeah. And Jay Cutler, what was the exact words? Something like, some way that you can't put it together. Or you got to nail it at the right day, or whatever it was that you said about Jay that time. Do you remember?
Well, Jay, I felt at the time that Jay wasn't his best for a few years. And I thought he was going to play my game and try and come in to try to match my conditioning, which he did. And I said if he did that, then I can win.
So what about Phil?
Same thing. But
can he put it together?
Look, I'm a realist about this whole thing. Everybody knows Phil won 7 Mr. Olympias for a reason. Okay? He ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? He won 7 for a reason. So if Phil put it together and he come in, anywhere near his all-time best, it's gonna be very hard to beat. Period. So all you people out there that's thinking that Phil's garbage, no, Phil, y'all, Phil, he's won 7. Trust me, if he put it all together, he's gonna be very, very hard to beat. And I say, like I said when I won, if all ducks line up in a row, okay, and Phil come in, which he has been coming in off, hasn't been near his best, okay, that anything can happen, so if all ducks fall in a row, of course I can win it.
Phil, of all the accolades you've ever received, you're not garbage. It's got to be up there, number 1.
Absolutely. I was actually on that stage in 2008 when Dexter Jackson actually won his first Mr. Olympia. I was an Olympia rookie that same year, and I actually placed 3rd. And being able to see Dexter that year, I competed against him at the Olympic Classic that year, which he also had won. Understanding what his mindset was at the time, and knowing that at some point that was who I was trying to beat because of the level of conditioning, the separation, the fullness, the completeness that he had. And I just wanted to make sure that I was on that stage, so I was able to witness, that, and carry that forward. So, Dexter, I do appreciate the props and the respect. I think when you're standing next to another Mr. Olympia champion, there is a brotherhood. There's 13 of us, 11 of us are still alive, and I think there's a mutual respect because we understand climbing that mountain is not very easy. It's very hard. It takes a lot of dedication and sacrifice, far exceeding what most people think, and even people on the stage actually can ever imagine. But in all, there is that common bond of saying, you know what, if a person that is best is very hard, I respect him, I respect the other athletes, for what they want to bring. But at the end of the day, I'm here for a reason, and that's for legendary status.
Thank you, Phil.
Well, that brings me to another contender, actually somebody who thinks that he beat Phil in 2015 and 2016.
I think he beat him last year.
And by the way, breaking down Phil's body parts, his poses, he also said, and that was not the first time he said that, he mentioned that in the press conference years ago. Do you remember what year that was?
More than everyone, thanks for coming out to show your support. Again at the 2018 Mr. Olympia. Best I remember was
Clear your throat.
2015 right here.
Okay, breaking down Phil's poses. It's not something, it's not a secret because it was obviously online. I watched a nice interview that you gave, and this is what a different Sean Roden. This is Sean Roden that I'm not used to, and probably ain't nobody used to. It's a Sean Roden that basically said, this time I don't care. I don't want to say it the way he said it, but you guys know what I'm doing. This time I don't. I'd rather not give a doo-doo, to be honest. But Sean Roden broke down each pose for Phil Heath. Are you going to beat him in every pose that you mentioned? Because he started with the front double biceps all the way to the back double biceps.
I've studied each and every opponent that's on the stage here. Phil is the 7th-time Mr. Olympia for a reason. And I've trained my ass off this year with the attitude of I have nothing to lose. And Phil is the current Mr. Olympia 2017. If I didn't do my homework, I shouldn't be up here. Just one person on stage that didn't train to be number 1 in 2018, they should not be on this stage. If you're training to be number 2, you should stay home. So yes, I've took the time to study Phil. I've took the time to study Dexter, Big Grammy, pose for pose, and I've done my damn homework.
Well, let's keep it real. Let's break down pose for pose. This is your words.
Yeah, let's see.
Phil's front double bicep, crap. Lat spread, crap. Side chest, he never done a side chest.
Wow.
Yes, I did say all those. You saw the Jay Cutler interview. I was just speaking facts.
Damn.
We're going to go out here tomorrow night, and we're all going to step on stage, and we're all going to see what we have. And as I said, I've done my homework for 2018. Last year, I started my pro off with a broken jaw. I had to eat to a straw and still make the top 5. I've had plenty of time this year.
Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, pal.
And get back on stage and present myself as Mr. Olympia.
Thank you, Sean. All right, Phil, apparently you are garbage. Front double by is crap. Really?
Wow.
I have nothing to say to him. Talk is cheap. You'll find out tomorrow, and you'll have that same looking Eeyore looking face backstage.
My question isn't really you, Phil. It's you, William Bonet. Doesn't he have to get through you first to even having a chance of getting to Phil Heath?
I think all of these guys got to get through me to get to Phil.
Short and sweet, William. I love you. And a few words. And he's got to get through Big Rami. Where's Big Rami?
You know what Big Rami, man. Sitting there waiting.
Big Rami, I got to say, bro, I saw you at the check-ins yesterday, and I got to say, you look big.
From first, thank you for coming and support this game. And
Wait, we got to pan out.
you heard Mr. Nix. He said, Mr. Fed is Mr. Olympia, 7
Try
years
to scoot
for
back a
reason.
little bit. You see this on?
That's right.
That's
I
the
think
other
it's
one.
the reason I'm not coming 100% yet. But tomorrow, I'll see something different. Something different. That's it.
That's it. That's all, baby. I'll try to tell them. But they have no
Big Rami
idea.
says he's bringing something different, Phil. What do you think?
Don't say nothing slick. Don't you say it.
Sounds like what he said last year.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it. I told you not to say it.
Last year, he said, I'm going to show you guys something you have never seen before.
Well-
I promise. So, once
haven't.
again, talk is cheap. Okay? I know you guys want to hear me talk about trash and this and that. Talk is cheap.
Better say something else.
Okay? So he can say whatever he wants. It doesn't matter to me. It may matter to you. But I guarantee you, it's not going to come to fruition. I work hard too. I've improved too. And that's it. I don't have to talk bad about anybody to make myself feel good. I don't have to stand up and say, I'm 75%.
Turn on a new leaf, are you?
Really?
So,
Turn on a new leaf, are you?
at the end of the day, it's all about me
What's up,
chasing
Hawaii?
history. No disrespect to anyone on the stage, but that's what is here. That's why I'm here. I'm not here for anyone else on the stage. But they are here for me. And that's the difference. With the mindset. That's the difference. That's why anybody's bought the tickets. You bought the tickets to see history be made, whether it happens
What
or
up,
not.
Manny? You already know.
But it's going to happen.
Phil, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, you're not garbage.
Well, we have somebody here from England who is no longer a rookie. This is his second year at the Olympia this year. Also very vocal when it comes to, the third year, I'm sorry. Very vocal when it comes to moving up in ranks. And like some people say, they're very hard to understand because it's a British accent. It's from, I don't know, what, Manchester? Where is it from? Liverpool? Oh, Liverpool. This is where Darren Till is from. Okay, so you've been very vocal. You've been telling people, are you here for Phil?
Of course I'm here to Phil, you know. Like everyone said, he's 7-time champion for a reason. But you know, if someone's reel's got to come to an end sooner or later. Phil said people have bought tickets to see Phil win, to be legendary. I think you guys have bought tickets to see him be dethroned. You know, that's just the way it is. That's the way I predict it, and I think things are going to change.
Or are you going to be the one that's going to change it?
Face first, huh?
If it's not me, this year, then next year we'll get another 9, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, luckily, I've got Dexter here to interpret. What do you say next?
I don't know what the hell he said.
Dexter's from a different part of England, clearly.
Well, we have another person who probably want to say something to all this because everybody's talking about dethroning Phil. Everybody's moving up in ranks. What about Rolly Winkler?
Oh, yeah. Don't sleep on Rolly. Don't sleep on
Coming up
Rolly.
strongly
Telling
in
you.
Australia, beating William Bonac, who placed third at the Olympia
Best
last
I've
year.
seen him.
Rolly,
Remember
what do you have to
that.
say to all this? Everybody's
Best
just
I've
throwing
seen him.
Phil. What are you going to do come tomorrow night?
What I have to say is, you go to show, the play is good, but everybody think the show is done. After 2 weeks, everybody's sleeping.
Rolly.
They think to be third and fourth, and then they're done. But in my mind, it's not finished.
You're a problem for him, Rolly. You're a
That's
problem.
why
I'm Dad, you know.
What up, Steve?
And I want
in here
to
clowning.
keep it tomorrow from beginning already good and not after 2 weeks.
Okay, I didn't really hear because it's going.
Hang on a second, D. Dexter, what did he say?
Oh, he needs more time to peak. That means he ain't ready.
Oh, okay, no. He said this time he's speaking today, not in 2 weeks. Is that correct?
Oh, he peaking today?
Yeah,
He's gonna be off tomorrow.
the peak is tomorrow, man.
Oh, man. You see how
Appreciate Dexter translating
see
for
how
these
they
guys
doing?
today. All right, listen, I got to get to my man
Shit
over
gonna
here.
get real tomorrow.
All right. You'll never.
Shit gonna get real.
There's no name more synonymous with the Olympia than Oliva. And we've got Sergio Jr. here today. Now, Sergio, you own a very distinct record. You are actually the youngest person to ever appear on an Olympia stage. Is that correct, sir?
I think that's the record, so I might as well just retire right now. I got a standing ovation the first time I was at the Olympia. Anyone else get that?
That's right. This is, for those who don't know your bodybuilding history, of course, we're talking about 1984, right?
1984.
And
yeah.
you were approximately, 3 weeks old, I think?
Yeah, I think that was the speech that my dad gave, right?
So, Sergio Sr., of course, Sergio's dad on the Olympia stage in 1984 when he made his comeback and raised the then infant Sergio to the bodybuilding gods in the sky and says, "Behold the next myth." And guess what, Sergio? You made it back, buddy. You did your father proud.
Yeah, no pressure, right? Yeah, I don't know how to live up to the Lion King, the bodybuilding version of Lion King, but I mean, it is what it is, and I keep saying this. I mean, I'm over here emotional wreck. This is a big deal for me. This is different for me than it's been for any bodybuilder ever. I feel like I'm two people. I feel like I'm the athlete that did achieve this qualification and get here, but then I'm also the biggest fan of this sport. There's nobody up here that's a bigger fan in this sport than me. And I want to thank everybody that's here, mostly the press conference in particular, because you guys pay money to see the greatest bodies in the world. That's a given. That's the gift you get. But to come here and want to hear what they have to say, and that's another level. That's another level of being a fan. And I've been in these stands for many years. I've dragged every one of my friends to come with me and sit here. I mean, I've seen every level. I mean, I've seen ninjas jumping people, and go far back as you want. And I know bodybuilding fans miss those old days, of going at it. And unfortunately now it's bodybuilders for social media.
You're taking more time up here, bro, than you're going to be on stage. So let's just wrap her over.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yo, get Rosetta Stone before you start talking to me, man. Nobody understands. God, why are you talking shit to me?
How did you?
He said that.
Least person you gotta worry about.
He said that.
Man, are you just mad that nobody's talking about you for like the 5 seconds they went to somebody else?
Don't worry about me.
Hey, everybody, I don't know if you noticed, but Nathan Dosh is here. So yeah, but you know what, Nathan, he's doing it on purpose because he knows I love it. I love when a bodybuilder is real, even if it's nonsense coming out of his mouth. It's still appreciative because in this sport, there's a lot of people that say what he just said, but they don't say it to someone's face, and they say it behind social media. And that's what I was getting to before I was really interrupted. Is that in today's day, unfortunately, these press conferences aren't, Phil, name 2 reasons why 2014, 2015, 2016. Like you had these great comebacks and going at it. But unfortunately, it's social media versus these bodybuilders these days, and it's actually brought us together because now we're one. It's the people that sit at their computers and they don't do what we do that attack us, and that's why every year we look at each other and we all respect each other because, me and Jeremy can get into it. We're both competitors. I think it was like Paco Batista at one of the press conferences said, we all speak an international language, and that's our bodies. So no matter what, it always comes down to that, is that we're all competitors and we all do the same thing. But I think there's a big problem with the social media part in this sport, and I think it's a great tool. I think it's really something that even past champions probably could appreciate. I can't even imagine my dad on social media, though. He definitely would have lost it. But Yeah, this is bigger. This is bigger than me being here. No matter what, everyone who attacks this sport and says it's unhealthy, I'm a living contradiction of that. No one can tell me that this sport's unhealthy or bad because look at me, I'm here. Because of bodybuilding, my parents met and they had me. So literally, I'm breathing and walking around because of the IFBB, and I think that's why people hate me on social media because I will go at it all day with anyone who attacks me or any of my fellow competitors. If you don't do what we do, then you have no reason to be bad-mouthing people the way you do. But really, right now, I just enjoy this. I think this is really cool. I think this is cool for the older fans. I've been getting a lot of messages from older fans that have not been to Olympia in 20, 30 years, and they're like, man, I want to go, so I can say I saw 2 generations. You know, my mom's going to be the first person to have a son and a husband do a Mr. Olympia.
Okay, that's it.
And, you know, shit like that's just, it's really cool. I'm really glad to be here.
Move on.
Well, thank you, Sergio Jr. I'm standing right behind the man. Nobody mentioned his name here today, but there was a lot of hype coming into the Olympia this year. Brandon Curry. Brandon, you heard what everybody's talking about, you know, peak at this time, not in 2 weeks. Dexter thinks if he peaks today, he's not going to be ready tomorrow. Will you be ready tomorrow?
Well,
Man,
put some sneak peeks out there.
y'all better get
And I
some
don't know if
followers
you've
out
been
of
following,
this
of
because
course,
I'm holding
you
this
guys can
motherfucker
follow.
up.
But I believe
Fucking arms
this will be
burning.
one of my best showings so far.
My arms burning.
I've been in Kuwait, of course, training my butt off,
Front delta.
not just to
Almost 500
but
pound
to make an
incline.
impact.
Fuck my damn
So tomorrow,
front delta up.
it'll definitely
Y'all got
be a
me
day
working.
that I plan to make an impact on stage. God willing, but I appreciate you guys coming out. This means the world to
God damn
us.
it, give me some hearts or something.
We're going to fight it out tomorrow. Talk today, but tomorrow we battle on stage. So I respect all these guys. I hope they bring their best because I'm planning on bringing my best. And,
One more set for you
that's enough for me.
motherfuckers. God damn it.
Thank you, Brent.
One more set.
All right, making my way over to the big man, Cedric McMillan in the house.
Woo. Morning.
Cedric, you and Nathan couldn't be about more polar opposites if I could find 2 people to be, but Cedric always a very quiet guy. Cedric, you've been uncharacteristically a little bit too quiet so far this weekend. What's going on, big
you
man?
look beat down, dog. You look beat down.
Look, I don't do too well with this fake smack talk stuff. Like if I'm beefing with somebody, I would just go get their ass.
Okay, big dog.
The way physiques look and all of that, we should be able to respect each other and respect our muscles and all of that.
Oh, you your new boyfriend?
And
Okay,
I don't
all right.
have to talk shit about your body in order to feel good about mine.
Everybody.
Some people do that for some motivation, it's whatever. So yeah, I can be quiet because I'm living in the real world, man. You know, it's a hurricane coming to my area. You know, I had to leave a group of soldiers that was activated, and I was supposed to be going with them to lead them through this hurricane relief. And my ass is in Vegas. You know, so yeah, I mean, look, I'm living real life, man. You know, and I know everybody's living what they feel like is real life. I'm gonna try to keep this shit short though. But
thank you.
Somebody asked who is Mr. Olympia, and I believe a better question is what is Mr. Olympia? And I believe Mr. Olympia is an ideal. I believe it was an idea that somebody had, and it's a spiritual thing, it's an emotional thing. And I believe you got a lot of physical manifestations of what Mr. Olympia is, you know. And for me, it's that person that get their ass up and go to work, you know, and do the things that they got to do, the responsibilities that they have, but at the same time, they try to take a little time for themselves to try to be the best that they can at something, not necessarily competing against
That's
anybody.
right. I was in the hospital.
They're competing against
I was in the hospital.
I believe that person is just as much of a Mr. Olympia as anybody else, you know, that ever stood on the stage.
That's why I didn't clown.
Yeah. One more thing.
There is no situation I am been through.
Let's see. I got a couple of messages from people that I know. Hey, check this link out. There's Dennis James talking about Cedric or this or that or some of these other motherfuckers that get paid a little bit of money to
family shows.
Okay, sorry. They get paid a little bit of money
get a little
to
happy,
analyze
buddy. Get a little
us and
happy.
stuff like that. And one thing I really wish that some of these guys
I'm
with
thinking
all
about
this
muscle
experience
failure,
would
y'all.
do is that they would use their position and
I'm thinking about
experience that
muscle
they
failure.
have to motivate us guys to continue to do what they do based on all the stuff that they've been through in their life, instead of using that opportunity to sit up and try to make a few dollars.
Just hit this motherfucker in my head.
Junk, okay? Because you can, you know, yeah, we're supposed to be strong mentally and emotionally, but you can actually break somebody's spirit with what come out of your mouth. And I mean, if you're willing to do that, you know, and you're willing to handle the karma that come with that, then that's fine. You know, but I'm all about trying to be as positive as I can. We can get negative if we have to, but it ain't gonna be on no stage. It's gonna be whooping some ass, like backstage or something like that. You know, and that's just real. And I'll come see you. But anyway, I love y'all.
Gonna be what it's gonna be.
One more thing I want to say, I know it's a whole bunch of people, whether I get my ass beat here or there or not, whatever
what's gonna go down.
is, I know it's a whole lot of people that still love me and they love the way I do my thing and they love the way I look. So whatever anybody got to say about what you think about what Cedric can do or what Cedric need to do, I'm worried about these people that still love me, and that's what I'm here for.
Okay. All right, then.
Let's switch it up.
Back to you again.
Hang on, D.
Oh, William, okay.
So, Cedric, about that, you saying this and that, blah, blah, blah. This is bodybuilding, my brother. We all face things in our life. You understand? But not everybody got to talk about that shit. You understand? So what you face is what you face. We face different things. You understand? It's not that you are more than us. And even aside that, you know, I love you, brother. You know that. You understand? I'm the one that you even came to pick you up when you came to Holland, Amsterdam.
Because you're a real motherfucker,
thank you. You come here backstage, you don't even say hi to one of us. You understand? And now you come and talk like you want to be a role model, this and this. The first thing you should do when you come backstage is like say hi to us, you know, like a human being should do. You know, not walking in like a roll off, go sit back all by yourself, and you come here and talk like blah, 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 blah. Be real, man, because you ain't real now.
That's right. Because you're a real motherfucker.
I say let's switch it up.
Okay,
You're a real motherfucker.
Hang on, D. Hang on.
I swear this is some stuff that we can talk about personally. But
Do
anyway,
not give him the
I don't think I ever
microphone
said
back.
anything about being better than anybody at all. You know, I admit getting my ass whooped up and
Plenty
down
times.
the stage many times.
Plenty.
I do remember when I came in, you know, close to you at the meeting last night, I put my arm on your shoulder. I hadn't said 2 words to nobody because I'm dealing with my own mental and emotional struggles on how to handle the anxiety associated with this.
We all do.
Hey, man, yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. You handle stuff your way and I handle it mine. My way is to be the fuck quiet.
Don't come to play a saint over here. You ain't doing what you're saying, brother.
Well, technically, y'all are
do what you say.
We all are up here to make a scene because they give us a microphone and say talk, make a scene. And so that's what we're supposed to do, tell our story and say our opinion. But all right, okay.
Calm down. Just take the microphone. Cut
Breathe.
the damn sound.
In through the nose, out through the mouth.
Cut the sound.
Hey, we'll just get up backstage, bro.
All right, D. Now you can switch it up.
Let's switch it up. I'd like to go to main physique, if y'all don't mind, for a second. Of course, we have our physique Olympia champion, and we have Andrew Ferguson, who's also very vocal. Andre, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Tell him what's up.
Andre Ferguson, who's very vocal, and I don't know, I came across some video where it looked like you were talking to somebody. I'm not sure who that somebody was. Brandon, was it you he was talking about? And you guys had I call it a social media fight. You literally going back at each other, beating each other up on social media. What's that all about?
My boy from the Bronx.
Now you sit next to each other. I mean, this is fun.
I don't know, man. It was
ironic?
all cool until I started winning. Then he started throwing shade. So that's what happened. So now we at each other's throats, and it is what it is. It's not a real issue because he doesn't want a real issue. So
The real G from the East Coast. He don't want no issue. He don't want no
So there's
smoke.
no fight.
He don't want no real smoke.
I've read something where somebody said, let's go throw hands. Let's not do all this talking.
Yo, listen, if he wants that kind of smoke, we can do that.
No,
Yeah. That's what we talking about.
That's why we're just going to keep it on the stage.
That's right.
What's your beef with
the hood,
Andre?
And he ain't.
I have no beef
Look,
with
he
this
ain't
man.
from that part.
This man has
He want
been
no part of that.
focused on my life, my personal relationships. I say what I say. I'm honest with what I say, and sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. But you said you're not about that or whatever. But you said
Oh,
I have no beef with you.
oh, I know. Oh,
What I said on social media.
elbow to elbow.
What I said on social media
Elbow to
was
elbow.
that When you were in the hospital, all I said was, I'm not in the hospital.
Oh, wow. Don't talk about a hospital.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys here to beat Jeremy? Or are you guys here to solve y'all's beef?
Hold on.
Don't bring that shit up.
He's going to try to make it seem like it's one thing, but it's not. It's been going on for a minute, Dennis. And I'm going to tell you where it started. It started after the 2016 Arnold when I got second place. He came over and gave me a backhanded compliment by saying, oh, good shit, Trey, you finally beat me.
Backhanded.
Is it a fact or no?
Bro, you just all
Is it you? But look, you see how he dances around everything. It's a yes or no question.
I don't think y'all talk, homie. I don't think you better say
I'll
that.
see you on Saturday, bro. I'm not here for all this.
I don't think y'all talk.
So Dennis, back to what I said, Dennis.
What happened to you meet me on Wednesday to fight? What happened to that? You was trying to talk to me.
I see a left.
Right there.
Put that hand down. Put that left hand down.
Nah.
He's left-handed.
No, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Bro, I'm not on your level. I'm sorry.
It's tomorrow.
I'm not. That's the chairman laughing.
That's the chairman laughing at the both of you.
I got 100 guns.
Okay.
I'm not about that.
I'm from New York.
You see how he tries to? You see how he tries to say he doesn't have a problem.
Now it's a problem.
He got a problem. Dennis.
Now it's a problem, baby. You want a problem? What's the problem?